covering Savannah, Hilton Head, Southeast Georgia, and the Low Country. This is WJCL 22 Morning News.
Good morning, everybody. It's 6:30 on your Thursday morning, September 28th. I'm Chris Tatum. Nicole is off this morning, and we will get to all that news in just a moment. But first, let's get a live check of your weather. A live look, first of all, from our Skyview 22 camera looking at Chatham Parkway out there this morning. Nice shot out there, Jonathan.
Yeah, clear skies this morning, Chris, and temperatures starting out lower 70s. Nice and pleasant as we kick things off this morning and throughout the daytime today. Do expect to see another hot one again this afternoon. Summer-like feel later today. May see a spotty shower south of Savannah, but most spots for today will be dry. Look at that high, 94 degrees, but it's going to feel more like upper 90s to near 100 later in the afternoon. Having that first cup of coffee this morning, Hilton Head 77. Another nice beach day coming up. Statesboro 71, Savannah checking in at 74, and nothing going on across all the southeast. Live radar is showing dry not only in our area but to the north, from North Carolina all the way down into the Sunshine State, starting out very nice this morning. And here's that temperatures outside in the 70s as we kick things off by say around lunchtime, approaching 90 degrees, and there's that high for today by 3 o'clock. Most spots will be very close to 94 degrees, but we have today, tomorrow this hot weather, but much cooler temperatures on the way for the weekend. I'll detail that weekend forecast in less than 10 minutes.
And speaking of that forecast, you can take it on the go simply by downloading our free WJCL app or heading over to our website, WJCL.com. 6:31 right now, and Savannah's Talmadge Bridge stands as a symbol of the city's progress and prosperity, but now some say its name sends the wrong message about what Savannah stands for. And today the City Council will actually vote on whether to ask state leaders to rename that bridge. WJCL's Carly McGuire is live on Farm Street in Savannah right now with more about that. Hey, Carly.
Well, if the City Council votes to pass this resolution, it will certainly send a strong message and be a vote of symbolism. But the city cannot change the name of the Talmadge Bridge on its own. The Talmadge Bridge is operated by the state Georgia Department of Transportation, which means only the governor and the state legislature can make the decision to rename it. But the city is going to go ahead and vote on a resolution offering a recommendation to change the name from the Eugene Talmadge Memorial Bridge to simply the Savannah Bridge. Many people have had an issue with the name Eugene Talmadge. A former Georgia governor for years. Span the Gap, an activist group in Savannah, has held listening sessions and forums to discuss the problematic history of the name, but it's coming down to the City Council to send that resolution and ask for the state's help to rename it. It is an important issue to Mayor Eddie DeLoach, and it will come up today at the City Council meeting at 2 p.m. Additionally, Mayor Eddie DeLoach wants to take a look at that Confederate monument in Forsyth Park. He wants to assemble a task force of historians and city staff and ways to make it more inclusive, to make sure everyone who served in the Civil War, not just the Confederacy, is honored in Savannah. Reporting live in Savannah, Carly McGuire, WJCL 22 News.
Thank you, Carly. City leaders tried to change the name of that bridge a few years ago, but they didn't have enough support in the state legislature. Well, also today, the council will consider renaming a street in honor of local military members and veterans. Now, if that measure passes, Rio Road in South Savannah will become Heroes Way. People in South Savannah are so sure the council will approve that name change, they've already planned a renaming ceremony at 10:30 tomorrow morning at the Southwest Chatham Library. Well, things are getting more tense in Puerto Rico this morning after 2 hurricanes ripped that island. Right now, most people there have no electricity or running water and very little food. And there's now a gas shortage. Get this, a ship carrying 1,500 containers of supplies sitting in a Puerto Rican port right now. Workers can't get to work to unload it because they don't have gas. And a 100-year-old U.S. law actually may be making it harder to get supplies to Puerto Ricans who need them right now. The so-called Jones Act makes it twice as costly to move goods from mainland U.S. to Puerto Rico. Some lawmakers are now demanding that law be lifted for now. And one local Girl Scout troop is hoping you'll help people in Puerto Rico. It's collecting much needed supplies like diapers, toiletries, and batteries. The troop's leader knows from experience what the people of Puerto Rico are dealing with.
We've experienced hurricanes and didn't have everything we need right afterwards, and then to know that they had total devastation, lost everything, we just had to help. We just knew we had to help.
To learn how you can help that Girl Scout troop, visit our website, WJCL.com. Well, people in the U.S. Virgin Islands are also dealing with the aftermath of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, and one local synagogue now needs your help to help them. Savannah's Congregation Mikvah Israel is collecting much-needed supplies to send to St. Thomas. They especially need canned food, cleaning supplies, and diapers.
Jewish thing that you can do is to help anybody in the world. We have a value called tikkun olam, which means to repair the world. And that means whether you are a member of the tribe or not, that it's your job as a Jew is to do whatever you can to make the world a better place for everyone.
Again, to learn more about how you can help, visit our website, WJCL.com. 6:35 right now, and President Trump unveils his proposal to overhaul the tax code as other Republican leaders hit the road to sell the plan to Americans. Aixa Diaz is live right now in our Washington newsroom. And Aixa, the GOP now hoping to rally around this issue.
That's right, Chris. And after failing to repeal and replace Obamacare, Republicans are turning to tax reform, looking for a legislative victory. President Trump promising historic tax relief.
We're going to cut taxes for the middle class, make the tax code simpler and more fair.
The GOP proposal decreases the number of tax brackets from 7 to 3, with individual tax rates at 12, 25, and 35%.
These tax cuts are significant.
The plan doubles the standard deduction for individuals to $12,000, for married couples $24,000.
We can work together to seize this moment and do what the American people sent us here to do.
Today, House Speaker Paul Ryan is stopping in Pennsylvania to promote the plan. Vice President Pence is visiting Michigan and Wisconsin. Democrats are critical.
It's little more than an across-the-board tax cut for America's millionaires and billionaires.
The Economic Policy Institute says the proposal benefits the rich.
The clearest sign of that is they cut the top rate from 39.6 to 35%. The top rate is paid by less than 1% of households. It is the households at the very top.
And the plan would cut nearly $6 trillion in taxes over a decade. Democrats say Republicans haven't laid out exactly how the country can afford that, Chris.
I got a question. I may be jumping the gun here a little bit, but do we expect Congress to pass this tax reform bill?
Well, it's a fair question after Obamacare didn't really pull through when it comes to getting that repealed and replaced. So conservatives are hoping that they can win this fight. The House Freedom Caucus has endorsed this proposal, which is good news for the GOP over on the House side. Speaker Paul Ryan says now the House Ways and Means Committee will meet with the Senate Finance Committee to draft some legislation here. But Democrats say they're not on board. They don't believe this proposal is good for the middle class, and they believe that tax reform measures should have some bipartisan ideas in it.
All right, Aixa Diaz, thank you so much, as always, reporting live for us from Washington this morning. Well, under that plan, the corporate tax rate would actually be lowered from 35% to 20%. Well, President Trump says he is not happy about the use of private planes by several of his cabinet members, most notably Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price. The issue came to the forefront after reports revealed several cabinet secretaries chartered private planes on the federal dime.
I was looking into it, and I will look into it, and I will tell you personally, I'm not happy about it. I am not happy about it. I'm going to look at it. I am not happy about it, and I let him know it.
Well, when asked if he would fire Price, the president said, in his words, "We'll see." Well, President Trump says he is willing to work with Democrats to come up with a new health care bill. Now, the Senate postponed a vote scheduled for this week on the most recent Republican plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. The president's also considering signing an order to let people shop for health insurance across state lines. It is right now 6:39 on your Thursday morning, and a man is dead after a chemical plant explosion in Georgia. Up next, we've got details about that victim.
Get ready for a hot one again today, but cooler temperatures are on the way. I'll detail that in the full look at the Storm Tracker 22 forecast next. 6:40.